Hello everybody, welcome to game number 4 in this best of 5 series between Terra Incognita and Jim Bob the Mighty. This is for the 1v1 Casuals Championship. Jim Bob leads the series 2-1. Terra won the last game off of a good power play with Jim Bob falling into debt. I'm Philothanic. Joining me today is King Morgan, or Morgan, sorry. What do you think about this map, Morgan?
It's quite an interesting map. Waters seems to be a bit rubbish, but plenty of ice. Could be scavenger, could be, well, it's obviously scientist for Terra. Double geotherm, food starting, doubled, oxygen doubled, and glass doubled. So,
well, there is no obvious spot for Terra to found his 1v1 scientist, so instead he's going to take a scavenger right in a wealth of carbon. So shouldn't have too many problems with these underground nukes. Likewise for Jim Bob founding robot in a wealth of iron. Now, the only thing I'm not too thrilled about Jim Bob's found is steel's only $30. He's producing steel. That's usually one of those rules of thumb that you don't want to do.
yeah. But I mean, there's nobody else to supply his iron for him or steel for him, so he's going to have to build it or buy it. But yeah, there's other options there.
It doesn't slow him down too much. He does get into HQ2 a little bit behind Terror, so not the end of the world. Terror did get to HQ2 first, moves into 2 low waters. Has 2 more claims, hasn't quite decided what to do with those just yet. Meanwhile, Jim moving into the 1 aluminum mine and 2 claims that look like, well, rethinking that, was going to go into some wind, I imagine. Returned 1 claim, still hasn't decided what to do quite yet with those claims. I expect we'll see Terra move into some farms sometime in the near future.
He's definitely going to move into farms as he's taking that water. He's going to probably build a little stockpile of water up and get 2 farms down somewhere, but
yep,
the price of glass is going to impede him a little bit.
Farm number 1. Terra also mutinying Jim Bob's aluminum. Jim really doesn't have any money to counter mutiny it back, so this is going to be quite painful.
Yeah. Jim's moved into 2, well, he's got 1 farm, and he's going to have a second one on the go, but he's got no water. So, he could run into a few problems there. And like you say, steel mills are not really doing anything much at all.
No, one of the steel mills is auto off, the other Jim manually turned on, so not making any money off the steel. Okay, both of them are back on. Losing money on the steel, but switching to iron really wouldn't make money either.
No, it's one little chance of making some money with his farm and his wind turbine have just been shut down by Terra. So Jim's going to be struggling to get to HQ2 in any kind of
fashion.
Speed. He's a little bit stuck.
The only thing he has going for him is, well, maybe not the only thing, but one thing he has going for him is electronics is still extremely low. Now, this is a power column, and power is rising, so hence Jim Bob wanting to move into this wind turbine that was immediately frozen. Both players at roughly the same amount of debt, 23k for Terra, 18k for Jim. This extra claim auction will push the debt a little bit higher for whoever wins it. Probably going to go for around 20, maybe 24,000 at the highest.
I think it's worth 24. It may even be worth 28 if Jim Bob can get another wind turbine down and maybe scrape money together to put a goon squad on it.
And one good thing is Terra's been selling down this carbon consistently, so putting this wind turbine down does not cost Jim Bob much money at all. Only, well, 1.2k.
So that was a silly place to put his wind turbine.
Yes. But
he's reconsidered and gone for a solar condenser.
Wind turbine is strictly better.
A scavenger HQ has been upgraded.
By a huge margin.
Especially considering that you have 50k in debt, and it is a power colony. Powers 2012, 14, 214, 216, and rising, not showing any signs of coming down anytime soon. Terra is going to go for an extremely greedy play, immediately puts down 2 geotherms, wants that adjacency.
Wow.
One of them is gooned, and the reason why he can get this greedy is he knows that Jim Bob has next to no money to do anything about it.
Yeah, Jim Bob's in big trouble. Wow, he managed to scrape the money together for his upgrade. And it was a real scrape, I think.
Well, he does
Terra
get the upgrade.
Yeah, Terra's, if he can get that double geo running, get the other one gooned as well, he's going to be in a nice position to make a little bit of money.
Jim moves into some carbon, which with carbon only being $12, I'm not sure why you would take carbon now. I'd rather see him move into something that would make money. Maybe he does have some solar condensers down, some more farms perhaps. You can...
would be quite nice.
I mean, I guess...
It'd be very nice to see him get some farms down.
He had so little money that I guess that's maybe why he decided to move into it. He does try and trigger the circuit overload on Terra's geothermals, and Terra immediately circuit overloads that wind turbine. So Jim will not be making any power anytime soon. Meanwhile, back at Terra,
A scavenger
he did
HQ
look,
has been
and
upgraded.
he is up at HQ 4.
New building is
I'm not sure
available
where
for
his
auction.
third claim went. Okay, it went for the silicon here, low silicon.
Yeah, I don't really agree with that. I don't think he needed to take that. He could have done something else with his claim, something better.
Well,
He didn't need it.
going to that low silicon means that he can put down a couple of glass kilns. Glass is $50, and that gives him a little bit of breathing room for the glass kilns.
He doesn't seem to be putting any down though. He's only got one claim left, so he's choosing to go into reactors instead.
Yeah, in that case, then I do agree that it is a
Congratulations.
little bit questionable.
The black market is online.
Because he took that silicon claim last HQ level. I mean, I think he could have done something better with it.
More circuit overloads from Terror onto Jim, just making sure that nobody is going to be making, Jim's not going to be making any money off of power anytime soon, and Terror is going to be able to get all of that power money. It is straight up power cash for Terror, has been for a while. His debt's completely paid through, earning $471 a second in power. That's good money. Jim's once again not earning any money.
Yeah, I'd like to see Terra move into some glass. That would have been a better move, I think, than going into the reactors.
Well,
Maybe.
to be fair to Terra, the reactors, when you put them down, were making 81 an individual
The black
pile
market is
versus
open
the
for
glass
business.
was only 48. If Terra is planning on going for the HQ4 kill, which is what I would expect him to do, then moving into a higher money maker does make a little bit more sense than moving into glass. My guess is he was
finished. Time to
thinking
change
about
our
moving the
passwords.
glass, picked up the elemental quarry, realized how close he was to the kill, and then decided to go for the short-term play. And he is going to hack that silicon.
Yeah, if he can pull off a decent hack with the silicon here, then he should be in a position to clean this game up pretty swiftly. I mean, he's 66%, and he's 70% almost on the road. So, should be cleaning this game up reasonably soon, I would imagine. I mean, Jimbo's debt's not looking too pretty, $120 in the hole. So, and he's got nothing that really seems to make any money as power keeps getting shut out. And then he's got one single reactor and a little bit of water.
Yeah, some water, which he was buying into an attempt to punish
robotics
Terra.
HQ
Terra
has been
doesn't have enough
upgraded.
water. Now the issue for Jim is, can he move into enough
New building
tiles
is
that make
available
money
for auction.
so he can defend himself before Terror scrapes the remaining 40% to make the buy.
Yeah, it's difficult to see what he's going to move into to make any money. We get another farm down. But apart from that, there's not a huge amount going on for him at the moment.
No, the thing about Terror right now is when you got to be thinking, when do you stop
Sold.
trying to go for this HQ4 kill, and when do you decide instead to move to HQ5 where you can make even more money? His percentage on Jim Bob's not going up anymore. It's hovering right around at 60.
He's stalled out massively. In contrary, if he'd move into glass, then he'd be doing a lot better.
We caught a dirty rat trying to break our stuff.
Let's see what Terra can do with his silicon hack, but 80%, and Jim Bob, well, not really in a position to defend himself in the slightest.
No, not just yet. Jim Bob's still trying to move into power, despite having 106k debt. That's a mistake because he needs cash, not paying off his debt in order to survive. Unfortunately, I don't think he will survive. His next pack comes through for Terra that should be able to give him enough money to push him over the edge. It is another silicon hack. I'd rather see a carbon hack. He's got plenty of carbon, but it shouldn't matter. He will take the game right here, right now, tying up a series. Once he sells out of everything, it is 2-2.
There we go. Good comeback by Terra.
Yes, good comeback. Good use of black market just to keep Jim Bob out of power, push Jim Bob into debt, and that allowed Terror, coupled with the fact that Jim wasn't making any money for the longest time in that game, allowed Terror to go for that extremely greedy double geotherm play, and it worked out for him.
Oh, definitely. That gave him a lot of cash to attack and buy up his shares. But, I mean, Jim Bob just never got going, unfortunately. His move into steel, well, it was a real difficult move because steel was worth nothing at the start of the game. If he'd have moved perhaps into food or something immediately, that would have been a better move. Yeah, Jim really just never overcame that early disadvantage. And like you say, Terra kept him down with the black markets. He could never recover, could never upgrade in a timely manner, never had any money coming in.
No. And then just an odd hodgepodge collection of buildings. I'm looking at his base right now, and sure, some of these have adjacency from the scientific bonus, robotic power bonus, but there's no pairs other than the wind turbines and solar condensers. We like to see pairs in Off-World Trading Company. Pairs are the best. Pairs make us happy.
Triangles are superior, though.
Yes, if you can afford it, triangles, but early on in the game, at least you want pairs.
Oh, definitely. I think maybe pairs in 1v1 have their place.